Hello everybody, my name is Saptari Sarkar and today I am going to show and explain the Faraday's laws of electromagnetic radiation. So let's get started. I have made a presentation because I am little like plucker or something. So I am going to explain it to you. It's opening. Yes, I found it. Here I have made my presentation. Faraday's laws of electromagnetic radiation. It states three defined sentences. It states that electricity creates magnetism only when the electricity is in flow. When you flow current through a wire, it produces magnetism. Second law. It states that magnetism creates electricity when a magnet passes through a wire and induces an EMF and creates a current to flow. It means that when means takes for example, take a wire and pass a magnet through it. To prove it, connect both the end of the wire to a bulb or a galvanometer which capture very short currents, and when magnet is passed through it, it creates an electricity. I will explain it afterwards why does it creates it. Number 3, it states that both magnetism and electricity are proportional to each other. Now this is the three laws of this Faraday's laws of magnetism, induction. Now let me explain this theory. Why magnetism creates electricity? In a wire, there are millions of protons and neutrons and electrons in that wire. They are moving freely everywhere inside the wire. When a magnet passes through the wire, the protons and electrons start moving in a definite way and make a connection of or flow of charge between the protons and the electrons. Therefore, thus it produces electricity. If you move the magnet, if you passes the magnet from the opposite side of the charge, it will flow from the opposite or vice versa. Now let me explain this. Let's take a wire and pass a magnet through it. In that wire, there are millions of protons or neutrons or electrons moving freely everywhere but inside the wire. But when you passes the magnet, it makes a chain of protons and electrons flow in a definite. It means like the electron proton electron proton electron proton electron proton. That what's happened in a electricity wire. This phenomenon produces electricity in that wire, but the electricity is very small that you can't able to recognize it. So that scientists made a device called galvanometer that measures very short currents. If you connect both the end of the wire to that galvanometer, its string will shrink like that. And if you now move the magnet from downward to upward passes through the wire, the needle of the galvanometer will move in the opposite side. And if you make it from the forward to downward, the middle of the galvanometer will move in right side. This is the theory why magnetism creates electricity. Now, why electricity creates magnetism? I have written that when electricity passes through it makes a flow of charges. During this flow, protons and electrons, when they move in a definite where they release electromagnetic radiation. Now, what is electromagnetic radiation? A kind of radiation including light, gamma rays, X-rays, etc., in which magnetic and electric field vary simultaneously. Due to this radiation, it produces magnetic field. Now, let me explain this theory. Why electricity creates magnetism? Suppose if you now take an electric wire and electricity passes through it. During when the electricity passes, it produces electromagnetic radiation around it. And an electromagnetic radiation, as I have told you, is a kind of radiation including light, gamma rays, X-rays, or any other thing, radio waves, in which magnetic and electric fields are both happen simultaneously. So, and here it is written magnetic field. So when the electricity passes, there is the electric field already, and there is a magnetic field too, which makes the electricity creates magnetism. Now it is a simple phenomenon of this. If you want to if you want to know more about it, search in Wikipedia, or you have any confusion about it, please comment me. Thank you very much for listening, and please subscribe, like, and share. Bye bye.